Okay, this is what we started in the online lecture. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, this will be like the last final topic for the exam. Okay, and this can be the starting point of your term project calculations as well. It only needs a few things from the plan and so on. Okay, so we have talked about what do we which NRM sections we should look into. What do we mean by substructure? The activities which are included in the substructure work, estimation work, the steps you should follow for the estimation of the substructure. Okay, and then we moved on to each of the activities. Starting with excavation and filling. So mainly they are done in cubic meters. And I told you there are three types of excavations. Okay, the first one is not called excavation. We call it topsoil removal. It's like cleaning. Okay, you are like dusting. Okay, like you remove the dust from top of the table, same. Okay, so we don't go to any particular depth. Okay, but still it is measured in cubic meters because the depth is specified. Then you have bulk excavation, then you have foundation excavation. Okay, so topsoil removal for cleaning, bulk excavation to get to a particular reduced level, and the third one is foundation excavation, which you do for the foundations. Okay, and yeah, so you must know these things before you start your estimation work, the existing ground level, the excavation level you want to achieve, and the floor level, which you will achieve after construction. So this is before construction, before excavation. This is before construction, after excavation. And this is after construction. Okay. So you must know these things. Then this diagram shows you the different levels. Okay. I told you about blinding. Okay. It's a very weak part of concrete, which we use for support or providing a smooth surface under the footing. This is my excavation level. This is the reduced level which I achieve after bulk excavation. Okay. And then you fill it with hard material, compacted material. We call it hard core. And then you have the floor slab and then waterproofing, screeding, blah, blah, blah. And you reach to the ground level. Okay. So this was your existing ground level. From here, you did up till here. And then the filling and so on. Okay. So removal of topsoil is mainly when you have, or it is mandatory when you have something like this. Okay, we don't want any vegetation, grass or something under the footing because they will grow and they have water tables and so on. Okay, the NRM schedule, the bulk excavation. Okay, and this will be after the topsoil. This is measured after the topsoil removal. Okay, the section of NRM. Okay, so both of them can be calculated together because they have the same area. The area is same. Depth is different, area is same. And the area is taken not to the edge of the wall, but to the projection of external footing. Okay, so this is your wall. Okay, and this is your footing. Okay, so this is the outside edge of the plot. Okay, so the footing will not be up to the wall. Okay, it will make it eccentric. It's not good for load distribution. Footing must be equal on both sides, right? So your plot is ending, but footing cannot end. Footing has to extend. Okay, so the excavation is up to the end of the footing for topsoil as well as bulk excavation. There is an example for that. foundation excavation, the NRM template. Disposal is very important. Disposal can be on the same site when you backfill, or you can dispose it off to a different site and you need permission to dispose it off. Even if you are keeping it on the same site, you have to follow the procedures. You cannot just dump it wherever you want. Okay, you have to specify, I will dump it here. The height of the dump is also specified. I showed you last time as well. It's mentioned somewhere here. Somewhere it is mentioned that the dumping cannot be more than a specific level. Okay, we went through this, blinding, okay. Concrete foundation, we have done this earlier as well. This is where we stop, right?
Yes.
Oh. If we missed something, so we covered this. Okay, so foundation can be of different types. It can be isolated, it can be trench, it can be strip. Okay, a strip and trench means it is under the entire all the walls, and isolated means it is under each column separately. Okay, we have we have used this foundation, the NRM section, we have used it. Okay, and then we have the, yeah, we covered this. I covered the up till DPC, I think. Huh? Which example?
For the calculation.
Calculation of what? This one?
Yeah.
This one? Okay. So the internal dimensions are given. Okay. So they are to the internal wall. Okay. So the inside of the internal wall. Okay. The extreme internal wall, and the wall thickness is given. Okay. This thing which you see is the projection of the footing, which you can see over from here as well. Okay. So my wall is up to here. Okay. Then the footing is extended further. Okay. So I will calculate my bulk excavation at topsoil up to this point. Okay. The area. I mean the area, not the height, the area. Okay. What else? Yeah. The excavation of the footing from the existing ground level is 900 millimeters from the existing. Okay. What else? This is called the cavity, which you can provide between the external face and the internal face of the wall. It provides insulation and noise cancellation. Okay, so good for energy saving. Then we have what? So we have hardcore filling. Okay, what else? You can see the concrete slab. Okay, this one. I cannot reach there. Okay, then you have the at the level of the concrete slab, you can see the pitch polymer, which is basically the damp proofing, waterproofing. Okay, the pitch polymer is about waterproofing or damp proofing. And then after that, you have the concrete blocks, obviously. Okay, the thickness of the cavity is given here, 75 millimeters. Okay, and out of 75, 50 millimeters is rigid. Okay, so 50 millimeters has something in it. 75 is total space between them, and out of that 50 has something filled. The remaining 25 is empty. Okay, so this is it. Okay. Okay, for the topsoil removal, we need to calculate the length and the width. Okay, for the topsoil removal as well as the bulk excavation. Okay, and yeah, and for concrete, which we are going to place in the foundation, we will use the center line method. Okay, we will use the length which is calculated from the center line. Okay, what else? Yeah, for trench excavation as well as the disposal of the material, it will be in cubic meters. Now, obviously, it will be same thing which you will excavate, you will dispose, right? Okay. Same thing. The wall construction is measured. Not talking about the walls, I mentioned it earlier as well. We are talking about substructure. So I will not take the wall till the full height. Okay, the wall height is taken till to the DPC, to the damp proofing. Okay, from height from the top of the concrete to the DPC level. So top of concrete to wherever you have the damp proofing, okay, which is normally at the floor level. Okay, what else? And everything will, each one of them will require some waste calculations. Okay. Anything new here? Nothing, right? Okay. So your damp proofing, if you see existing ground level, goes up to 150 millimeters. That is your damp proofing. That is the end of your substructure. Okay. So what are we calculating here? First of all, I'm calculating the topsoil removal. Okay. So for example, if I take the wall, okay. So the wall is total 277.5 millimeters, right? Okay. And how it is 277.5 millimeters is given here. Okay. Half brick wall is 102.5 millimeters, 75 millimeters cavity, and the block skin on the other side. So this is 102.5, 75, and 100. Okay. So the breakdown is given. Okay. Because the wall is not one material, right? The wall is not one complete unit. It has three things. It has bricks, it has cavity, and it has blocks. Okay. So what is the composition of the wall? It is given. Okay. Now I have to calculate this thing, right? I have to calculate this thing. Okay. The total is 700. Okay. And it should be equally divided, right? The division should be equal. So from the center line is half here, half here. Okay. Now I want to calculate this thing, right? Okay. So half of this is 350. And I will subtract what? Half of the wall, right? Clear or not? Okay. Or what they are doing, same thing, right? They are taking 700 total minus 277.5 for the wall. Okay. So you are left with what? Total this minus this. So you have this plus this. Huh? X here, X here, right? So this is twice of what I need. I need this one, right? Okay. So when you do 700 minus wall, you get 2x. Okay. And you do the half of it, you will get one side. Clear or not? Clear? Any questions? Anybody? Any questions? Okay. So what they are doing, 700 less 277.5 for the wall. You will get the projection on both sides. You do the half, you get projection on one side. Clear? Okay. Now, for calculating the topsoil removal and bulk excavation, I need to calculate area up to here. Okay. I'll go back to my plan. Okay. This is my, no, yeah, on the top. Okay. The plan is on the top. Okay. One dimension is 9,000 or 9 meters. The other one is 4,500, 4.5 meters. Okay, but these are internal. Okay, now what do I need to add? Tell me. These are internal dimensions. What do I add in them? And the center line? Yeah, somebody else. To get the center line, what do I want to get at? Where do I want to go? I want to go from internal to this point, right? I'm here. This is my internal. I want to get to this point. What do I add? This whole wall.
Yes.
Not the center line. Okay, I will add the whole wall. Center line is when you are calculating the foundation excavation and the walls or damp proofing and something else. Okay, here this plus the whole wall plus what you just calculated. Okay, this will give you the edge on one side, right? So this is one side and I have to do for the other side as well, right? Okay, so the wall is 277.5. And this thing which I calculated, if you look at the top, 211.25. Okay, so the wall plus 211.25 for each side. Clear? Okay. So one of the dimension was 900. Okay. 555 is, I believe, yeah, the twice of the wall. Okay. Each wall is 277.5. I'll add it on both sides. Okay. Plus the projection of footing, again, both sides. This is for one side, multiply by 2. Got it? Clear? Any questions? Okay. So this will be added in the 9-meter dimension as well as in the 4.5-meter dimension. Okay. And then this is my length. This is my width. Okay. And I will use it for what? I will use it for calculating what? Two things. This is length and width for
Wall.
no. This is outside the wall, right? We went outside the wall. Topsoil removal and
Base.
which excavation? There's bulk and there's foundation.
What?
Bulk excavation. Okay, so for both the things, this will be this will be the thing. Okay, so this is because if I'm talking about topsoil removal, or topsoil removal is normally 100 or 150 millimeters. Very rarely we go up to 200 millimeters. Okay, it's normally 100 or 150 millimeters. Okay, whatever you have. It has nothing to do with the ground level and the excavation level and the whatever level. Okay, it has nothing to do with that. Okay, just cleaning. Okay, so for topsoil removal, I will write it like this: the area here and the thickness is mentioned in the description. Got it? Okay, and as I said, the thickness is normally of the same value. Any questions? Okay. Then we are okay for the trench and for the excavation, it will remain the same. Okay. For the bulk excavation, it will remain the same. Okay. So if I'm calculating the dimension for trench excavation, sorry, for trench foundation. Trench means it is under all the walls. Okay, so it's not like one hole here and one hole here. No, all the walls are connected with the excavation. I believe there was a picture here, which I showed you. Something like this. Okay, you can see it's connected. Okay, so this is a trench or a strip foundation. Okay, so where is the depth of the trench foundation? We calculated from the bottom of the topsoil. Okay, from the bottom of the topsoil. Okay, so from the existing ground to my excavation level, it was 900 millimeters from the existing one. From the existing one, I subtracted 150 millimeters of topsoil, right? Okay, so this will be the height of my trench excavation. Okay, 900 millimeters from the existing topsoil already removed because you already removed the topsoil, right? So I don't need to add it in the excavation again. Remember, I'm calculating the quantity of trench excavation. So I don't need to add it. It's already removed. Okay. So the remaining height which I need to excavate for the trench is 0.75 or 750 millimeters. Okay. Okay. Now, for the trench foundation, what do we take? Internal dimension, external dimension, center line. What do we take? For the trench foundation, for the wall, what do we take?
Yes.
External. Center line. Okay, we take center line. Clear? Wall, trench foundation, dam proofing, whatever. Okay, anything related to wall or under the wall or above the wall. If anything is running under, over, or in the wall, this is center line. Got it? Clear? Okay. So we said we will take mean girth. What was girth? Parameter. Okay. So we have the internal parameters, the internal girth, right? 9 on one side, 4.5 on the other side. Okay. So 9 plus 4.5, this will give you two sides. I want four sides, right? So multiply by 2. This is total internal girth. Okay, 9 plus 4.5 L shape into 2. So you have the rectangle complete. Okay, but this is internal girth. Okay, to reach up to the center line. So this is internal girth from. Okay, to reach up to the center line, we will do this. Okay, what is this? Four corners. Okay, what is this?
2 walls.
2 walls on each side. Okay, and what is this? To center. Okay, half because it is center. If I want it external, then I remove the half. Got it? Simple. Okay. So half, but this will basically do the average, right? So basically do the average. And this is what? Huh? No. What is this? Corners, 2 walls, 4 corners, 2 walls, half of width, thickness of the wall, right? Thickness. Okay. So you will add this much in the already existing internal girth you have. Clear or not? Clear? Okay. So this will give you the center line for the trench. Okay. And if you are calculating excavation is in what? Meter, square meter, cubic meter, right? Okay. So I need 3 dimensions. Okay. Now we go like this. Okay. This is what? Length. This is width. This is height. Okay. The height is coming from there. Okay. The length is coming from the center line depth. Okay, or the center line. Okay, and thickness is given here. Clear? Any questions? We will do a whole exercise where you will apply all these. No problem. Okay. Is it clear now? Okay. So what is this now? Yeah. The first one is a concrete for the foundation. It's very easy, right? You already know the length. You already know the width. Length you calculated, right? Center line. Same center line. Okay. The width, which is given. And the height. Okay. So there is no other calculation required here. So you can directly put it. Now you can see it's directly in column number 2, right? There is no waste calculation here. In the previous sheet, we were showing waste calculation. It's not required here. Okay. So this is concrete. The type of concrete is given. The strength of concrete is given, and so on. Both. Okay. And it's less than 300 meters. Okay. Then the brickwork. Now we are talking about the wall. We're talking about the wall. Okay. So the brickwork. Yeah. So we take the brickwork for the substructure up to the DPC. Okay. So this is what we are talking about. The ground level, this. Not the ground level. Floor level. Floor level. Okay. DPC up to the floor level. Okay. Ground. What is the difference between floor level and ground level? What's the difference between floor level and ground level? Both are under my feet, right? Yes. So what's the difference?
So is the top of the slab. Please.
Okay. Ground level is pre-construction. Ground level is pre-construction, before construction, whatever you have. Okay. You did not do anything yet. This is a ground level. Floor level, when you finished everything. Excavation, wall, slab, waterproofing, everything finished. Okay. So we do it up to the floor level, not the ground level, floor level. Okay. So we have 900 millimeters. Okay, from there, from the ground level. Okay, it's 900 millimeters from the ground level, and it's showing here the slab is 150 millimeters above the existing ground level. This is your DPC. This is your floor level. This is the floor level. Okay, so this is my ground level plus the one up to the ground level up to the floor level. Okay, so from here I start from the depth of the excavation. This is my excavation level. I go up to existing ground plus up to the floor level. Got it? Clear or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Any problem here? Any problem? No problem, right? Very good. I'm calculating what? We don't know. Height of the brickwork. Now tell me what's the problem? I took from the excavation level up to my floor level. What's the problem? Look at the drawing. Tell me the problem. I took from the excavation level, bottom of the excavation level up to the floor level for brickwork. What's the problem? Yes. Yes. No problem, right? No problem. Hmm. The footing is made of what? Footing is made up of concrete, right? Okay, and you are calculating concrete or bricks? Concrete. Wall. Brick. Okay. You forgot what you were calculating. Okay, concrete is done. Top, done. We're talking about this one. Okay, so we have to. Okay, we have to subtract the concrete depth. Clear or not? Okay, so from top of the concrete depth up to the floor level. Substructure brickwork or substructure blockwork, same height. The height will remain the same from top of the concrete or foundation up to my floor level. Okay. Okay, everybody. Huh? We just need to understand that the dimensions are there. There is no science here. Okay, we're just reading the numbers. Okay. So I want from here up to here. Okay. So from here to here 150. From here to here 900. I don't want up to here, I want up till this one. So minus 200. Clear? Clear? Okay. So this will give me the height of the brickwork. Okay. So this is the height of the brickwork, and for the brickwork, I will take which length? Internal, external, center line, which one? For the brickwork. Center line. Okay. Anything related to the wall? Center line. Okay. So this is in millimeters. This is in millimeters. Okay. So I'm talking about brickwork is this one. This is brickwork. Okay. Yes. This is brick. This is blockwork. Concrete. Huh? Where is concrete? No, brick. Okay. So 102.5 is the thickness of this thing. I cannot take the whole wall. Okay. If you have solid walls, here we don't have, I believe, is EVA requirements or something. We always have like a cavity between the walls or something. Okay. They use different blocks or something. Okay. But if you have a solid wall, I can take the full thickness. In this case, I'm not taking the full thickness because the whole wall is not made up of one material. Are you getting the point? This is for this example. If the whole wall is made up of one type of block, I will take the whole as one unit and take the center line of the unit. Got it? Okay. So this is half of the width of this part, this face. Okay. So this face is total 102.5 plus 75 cavity plus 700 something else. Okay. So I'm not talking about cavity. I'm not talking about this one. I'm only talking about this one. Okay. So I'm only taking half of this thing. Got it? Clear? Okay. So this is half of the width of the brick only, which is this much. Okay. And I have 27. Now what is 27? Anybody remembers? Share. Yeah, share. What is 27? It's written somewhere here, right? It's written on this sheet, right? 27. Meaning what? What is it? What was 27? The of yes. What is 27? Where is 27? Where is 27?
Like 4.
Huh?
9,000 like 4,000
Okay.
seconds.
And what was that? Yeah, the girth, the internal girth. 27 was the internal girth. Okay, not width of anything. Okay. So internal is 27. Okay. Going back up to here, 27. Okay, up to here, 27. Internal dimension added from all sides, 27. Okay, I will add this one. I'll add this one, cavity, and I'll add half of it. Getting it? I want center line of this thing, not the wall of the brick. Okay, so I have up to here 27. Okay, plus block, plus cavity, plus half of brick. Got it? To reach to the center line. This is what they're doing here. This plus half of the brick plus cavity plus the block. Okay, the other side. Clear? Okay, and this will be total equal to this much. Okay, so 226.25 is the total of these things. Okay, half of the brick plus cavity plus block. Okay, 4 for each corner, 2 for each wall. 2 walls at each corner, right? Okay, where is the half? We did it somewhere here, if you remember. 4 into 2 into half into this, right? Now we are not doing half here. Why? Because I'm doing 4 into 2 into direct multiple the width itself. Where is the half? I want the center line, right? Where is the half? Included. Where is it included? This side. Okay. Clear now? Clear? Okay. So that's why the half is already there. If it was not there, I will put it here. Okay. Right now it's already calculated half. Okay. So 4 for 4 corners, 2 for each two walls at each corner. Multiply by this, and this will give you the thing to be added with the internal. Okay. So the internal girth is 27 plus this will give you the center line of the blockwork. CL means center line. Okay, center line for the brickwork. Clear now? Any questions? Clear. Okay. Now, okay, who will explain me what did they do with the blockworks? Very easy. Only one step, right? Say again. They did this, and this. This is the center line of the blocks. Yes. What did they do? What did they do? Yes. You were saying something? No? What was this? Internal. And what is this? 4 corners, center line. 4 corners, 2 walls. Okay. Now I don't need any because my wall, I know this one is 100. And there's nothing between them, right? I already have up till here internal, and this is 100. So I'll just take half of it like a normal wall. Got it or not? Okay. Okay, any questions? Any problems? Yes.
102.4.
Yeah. Yes, this width. Width of bricks only.
Oh, that's more this time. More of the size, not
More, yes, more. Okay, any other questions? Okay. So there's center line for the block work, there's center line for the brickwork. Okay, and then if you understand this, then that's easy. Okay. the brickwork, okay, 0.85 is the height. Okay. 0.85 is the height. So you have the length and you multiply with the height. Okay. Which height? Height between what and what? Tell me from the drawing. Height between what and what? How did I get 0.85? And you see 0.85 for all of them, right? 0.85 for all of them. Brick, block, cavity, 0.85 height. 0.85? Yes. Say again.
900 minus 200.
900 minus 200 plus 150. Okay, up to the, from here up to the floor level. Clear? Clear? So in the previous sheets, we calculated the lengths for each thing. Center line for bricks, center line for blocks. Okay, and then you multiply with the height, you get the area. Clear? Okay, the thickness is already given, remember. The thickness is already given in the drawing. Okay, so if somebody wants to calculate in cubic meters, we can do that. But normally it is not. You can see the thickness is mentioned here, 100 millimeter and so on. Okay, so brickwork and so on. Okay. Yeah, okay, 28.11. This is for the cavity. Okay, for forming the cavity, because you cannot just, its cavity is, even if it is open space, it will take some labor and to make it, and you have to put some ties between the wall, like there should be connection. Okay, cavity doesn't mean that okay, I'll put wall here, in between there will be space with nothing. Okay, because somebody will push it, or you put a cupboard or something and the cupboard falls and the wall also falls on the other side. Okay, so cavity also takes some labor, it takes some effort to be made. Okay, so that's why you have the quantity of cavity as well. So the height of cavity, no problem, right? Same as for the brickwork and the blockwork and everything, right? Okay, fair enough. What about the length of the cavity? Can somebody explain how did we get 28.11? It is different than the other, right? Okay, how did we get it? 28.11. It is up to what point? Tell me from this figure. The cavity, the length of cavity is taken up to what point? Center of the cavity, which is basically center of the entire wall, right? Okay, this center. And I already calculated the center line up to this point for what? I already calculated this. 28.11 was already calculated. That's why I didn't do it again. Did we do the calculation for cavity? Length calculation for cavity? Did we do it? We didn't do it, right? You see blockwork, brickwork. Do you see the calculation for cavity? No, but we already did it. Where? For what? For what? Where did we calculate the center of the cavity, the length of the center of the cavity? Where? For what? For calculating what? Is it here? Yes, here.
Yes.
For the, no, for the, not for the brickwork. For
Yeah.
no. Where did we calculate the length up to the center of the cavity? For is there, right? It's on this sheet, on the top. What is this? For what?
Height.
Huh? Height of brickwork? No. 28.1 is that one, right? On the top. So why did we calculate 28.11? For what? Concrete of foundation. Okay, concrete of foundation. Center line of the wall is the center line of the foundation. What my point? Okay. Clear or not? Okay. This is my center line, right? Center line of cavity, center line of foundation. Okay. So the center line calculation which you did for foundation will apply to cavity as well. Okay. And let's say if there was no cavity, there was no brickwork and block work, the entire wall was one block. Then what will happen? The center line is same for the wall as well as for the footing, no change. Got it? Okay. I'm explaining you these things and emphasizing on it because it will save your time. Instead of doing it for cavity and then for foundation and then later on we find, oh, it was the same. No. You should already know that it's the same. You don't have to repeat your calculation and then find out, oh, it was same. Okay, because remember you have the projects, right? You will do it multiple times. Okay, so that's why we do it. Okay, then you can do it, you can see it here as well. Okay. Yeah, filling of hard core. Now hard core is between what and what? Tell me. The hard core is between what and what? They are showing it here. Shown here. Yes, tell me. The hard core is between or from where to where? Putting up to what? Brick. Where is this is blue or what? Blue? Boys agree, this is blue, right? Girls, this is blue? Huh? I asked my girls, they said no, Baba is purple. Okay. So whatever it is, blue, purple, whatever. You can see from the top of the foundation up to what? What is this? You can see it's written over the top. Removal of the topsoil, the bottom of the topsoil. Okay, the bottom of the topsoil. So the hard core starts from the footing up to the bottom of the topsoils. Okay. Should I fill hard core here? Should I do the filling for hard core? Remember, this is outside of my building. This is inside of my building. This is my external wall. Outside, inside. Okay. Where will I fill the hard core? Compacted earth, hard material. Okay. Where will I fill it? On this side, or both sides? Huh? Inside? Why not outside? We excavated the outside. We excavated the outside, right? Why don't we fill it with hardcore material? No need. Why not? No load. Okay. Or even if there's load is not my load, right? Somebody else's load. Okay. So hardcore is basically to support your slab, your floor. Okay, which is on the inside of this. Okay, so that's why on the inside. So I need now this dimension. Okay, the height is from top of the footing till the bottom of the topsoil. Okay, the total was 900 minus 200 millimeters of concrete minus 150 millimeters of topsoil. Remember, topsoil removed 150 millimeters, right? Okay, so total from existing ground level to the excavation level 900 minus 200 for the footing minus 150 for the topsoil. Clear? So the remaining is the height for the hardcore, the height. Okay, and then we have the width. Okay, the height is from here to here, and the width is the inside projection of the footing. Okay, the inside projection of the footing. Okay, so we already calculated this projection, right? Same as this one, right? We calculate this thing for the excavation. Remember, we calculate this number. Okay, same number will be here. So this will become the width for the filling of the hardcore. Clear? Any questions? Okay. So the height comes from here, and the width, as we calculated the projection of the footing on one side. Okay. And what else? 26.16. Okay, this is what they are doing here. for the length. Okay, 27 we know, right? 27 was what? Internal, external, central line. What? Internal. Okay, so this is the one what we know. We are doing less. Okay, because we have here. I want to get to the center of what now? Center of what? Where is the center of hard core? Yes, dimension 26.155 is up to where? Up to here is internal, right? Internal girth. And 26.15 is up to where? Center of this projection. Okay, center of this projection. Got it? Clear or not? I have to do less or add? Less. Okay. Same thing which we have done earlier. 4 corners, 2 walls, half because we want the center line. This is a projection, not thickness of anything. Projection of the footing inside. Okay. And you get you add them with the internal, you get the total length for the hard core. Okay. The height from top of the footing up to the bottom of the soil, top soil, and the width is the width of the projection, inside projection of the footing. Okay, if you have footing which is unequal, you will take that one. Okay, you have to take it different. Okay, then we have dam proof course which is under the wall. Okay, dam proof course which is under the wall. Okay, and you can see what are the units here. 28.8.27. This is what now? What are the units? We are only taking what? The length, right? We are only taking the length. Okay. So dam proof is taken as length if it does not exceed 300 millimeters width. My wall is 277 point something, remember. Okay, so it does not exceed 300 millimeters. This says not exceeding. NE means not exceeding. Less than. Less than. Okay. Less than equal to. Less than equal to. Okay. So so we'll take the center line for each skin of the wall. Okay. So center line of this and center line of this taken separately. Why separately? Because of I took the center line of this one and center line of this one separately. We already know how to take the center line, right? We have done it. We have done it earlier. Why I'm taking this one and this one separately? Because of the cavity. If there was no cavity, I can make this whole as one. Okay, so in this case, you have seen that if there's a wall with a cavity, then the calculations will be different. Okay, the block work is different, the brickwork is different, the cavity is different. Okay, clear or not? Okay, so a lot will change if you consider one wall of one material. Got it? Okay. We'll continue next time, inshallah.